It might be because it's Valentine's Day, but I love Oxford United, and they are literally on fire.
Hello and welcome back to the Oxford United Review Show. We are going to be reviewing Wigan Athletic versus Oxford United at the Kazam that was obviously stopped at half-time by some lit activity. But very quickly, everyone who joined in our live stream earlier, I want to thank. Specifically, I'd like to thank PJ Simpson, Grandstand Betters, Christina Allen, Robert Allen, Shepherd the Sixth. Thank you all for contributing and helping out this channel. We've got a lot better tech now. I have a special mic under the stand, which is beautiful, and we thank you for your contributions to the channel. And please come in live again next Saturday. But Ian, enough of that. It's Oxford United. It's Wigan Athletic. They're at the Kazam. Work me through the first half.
Okay, I will do, Thomas. As we always start this video, let's just say there were many changes for Oxford. We'll get to it. Wigan were unchanged, but it was a game that Oxford found a way to win. Despite a fire drill, a fire in the stadium at half-time, and going a goal down, it finished Oxford United 2, Wigan Athletic 1. There is not much to say about the first half. It was terrible. It was very turgid and very dull. 5 changes for Oxford from the side that beat Bristol Rovers. A couple of enforced ones, obviously, with Henry and Long being injured. So Ford started at right back. The ever wonderful Liam Kelly played in midfield. Liam Barker and Mark Sykes started on the wing. And surprisingly, probably the most surprisingly, was Matt Taylor was starting on the bench. Sorry, I said Mark Sykes. I meant Jeremiah Sykes. And Sam Winnall started up front. But as I say, Oxford it was a really poor game first half. Wigan's game plan was to pretty much what we saw from Bristol Rovers was to 4-5-1, make it difficult for Oxford, deny them any space. Oxford really struggled to create anything clear cut. I think the only chance they had was a long range speculative effort from Goran of all people, which stung the fingers of the pie man Jones in goal. But Oxford created very little. Wigan looked okay going forward as well. There was a couple of opportunities there, balls to get into the box, but lacked a bit of a cutting edge. As to be expected, they haven't scored a lot of goals this season. And it, all in all, a dull first half, Tom, that we were quite glad to get to half-time and have a break.
It was like dishwater, mate. There was nothing to talk about. It was great having so many people in the chat because we could have a conversation, but I think we got excited once in the entire first half.
But then drama at half-time, Tom, drama.
What happened?
There was I think a floodlight caught fire, which Robinson said they walked off and they could smell burning, which is never a good sign. And a floodlight caught fire, which meant the fire brigade had to come out. Everybody thought that this game was just fated to never happen, considering it was already pushed back from Saturday to Sunday and then pushed back from a 3 o'clock kickoff to a 4 o'clock kickoff. This seemed like it was just destined to never happen. But they came in, they put the fire out, everyone had a warm-up, everyone got back to playing after a 50-minute delay. And it was fair to say we had a much better second half to watch.
Indeed. No, it was a serious improvement. And second half, Wigan came out strong.
They did come out strong. And it was, again, we were sort of saying how Oxford were looking better, but not creating anything. But then the first goal of the game came from the goal scorer from Wigan's 1-0 win against Northampton. It was Callum Lang. It all came from Stevens catching the ball and trying to throw it out quickly. I think he threw it out to Mark Sykes or he threw it out to Barker and they were easily dispossessed. If it was Barker, that's the side of his game he really needs to improve because that's the second time he's been kind of weak on the ball and nearly cost us against Bristol Rovers. And it meant that Wigan could come forward. They played the ball into Lang and he turned Atkinson far too easily for my liking, which meant he got a shot. He was one-on-one with Jack Stevens and he just powered it through him. Stevens had no chance. At that point, Wigan's game plan was working absolutely perfectly and we thought we were going to be on one of those shock results that a lot of the other big boys have had in League One recently.
But it wasn't to be, was it, Ian? Because Oxford United stepped up.
I said on the live stream that probably the worst thing Wigan did was maybe score a little bit too early, and it gave Oxford an opportunity to regroup and get into the game. They finally bloody woke up and they finally started creating chances. They finally started looking more dangerous in and around the Wigan penalty area. And then actually we got a bit of quality for the first time in the game. Barker got a bit of space, and instead of running to the byline, he cut in. He stopped and he chipped a wonderful ball to the back post, and Winnall got free and brilliant movement from him, and he was able to put away a simple chance from about 3 or 4 yards. But it was exactly what we needed. That is why we signed a player with the history of Sam Winnall of scoring a lot of goals at this level. He's had a hell of a problem with injuries. He's struggled to get back fit, but now he is back fit. Hopefully that's the sign of a guy that can come in and contribute and replace Matt Taylor when we need him replaced.
Yes, especially because, as we know, Carl does not play two strikers.
Never likes to play two strikers. And so, yes, it was 1-1, and Oxford were in the ascendancy. It seemed like we were the one with all the pressure, creating all the chances. It looked like it might be one of those games where we just didn't create anything, and you were just always worried, would there be another sting in the tail with Wigan getting something late? And but probably an unlikely source got the winner. It was a ball into the box. I forget who put the ball in, but it seemed for the first time really in the game, Wigan didn't deal with it very well. And Elliott Moore kept the ball alive. He was a nuisance in there, and the ball broke to him about 6 yards out, and he was able to tuck it in past Jones, who got a lot of shit from the Wigan fans on our live stream.
Yeah.
I thought he had a really good game. There was a save he made from Jeremiah Sykes just before that goal, which was a wonderful save. But that was Elliott Moore to score the winner. And what turned out to be, a much more difficult game than we thought there was going to be. But it's wonderful to sit here and find that Oxford have found a way to win this one, Thomas.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. It's kind of nice as a fan for a comeback win as well. Like, we were buzzing. Everyone was buzzing when that second goal went in. It wasn't too tense an end to the game either. They saw it out with skill.
They did see it out quite well. Obviously, the winner came with about 10 minutes to go. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. When you want to see your side, win games all the time, because you also want to see how they respond to tests.
Yeah,
and that was a big test today. And Wigan game plan almost worked to perfection, and Oxford had to really up their game in that last half an hour, and it's good to see that they did.
So 2 questions for you. One is going to be a big picture one, but he rode the changes in this match, which makes you think that he's highlighting the Papa John's World Championships as a more important match than getting promoted, and that was a bit weird.
I really hope that is not the case. When you look at the changes, I mean, I don't know how Liam Kelly gets into this Oxford side. I don't know what he adds. If you're a Kelly fan and you want to defend him, by all means, please do in the comment, because I don't see it. And I think that Sykes came into the side today, and I think that is great that Mark Sykes got to go. And I'm sorry, I'm calling him Mark, not Jeremiah. But I think that's great. He could have even played in the middle. You could have played Shadipo and Barker.
Yeah.
Weirdly, with Shadipo, his best performances do seem to be when he impacts the game from the bench. So I had no problem with Barker starting the game, considering he impacted the game so well against Bristol Rovers. I think Elliott Lee was mainly tiredness, because he hasn't played a lot of games, so he had to come out. But absolutely the biggest one is Taylor. If Oxford would have lost this game and he would have started with Taylor in the Papa John's, then I would have been really, really pissed off about it. But as it turned out, we don't need to have those conversations, because whatever Robinson's done has worked. It has found a way. The players have worked it out and found a way to get the win in a game where it didn't look like, for a long time, it didn't look like they were going to win it.
Indeed. Right. Last question before I let you go for the evening, because we've been together for over 3 hours now. Oxford are a point off the playoffs now. We spoke about it at halftime, that it was an oddly must-win game because the schedule just gets harder from here. We've highlighted the end of February and March for the last 2 or 3 months, saying this is where Oxford's playoff/title bid is put to the real test. They had to win today. They did. They're a point off the playoffs. Like I asked at the end of every one of these, how are we feeling, Ian?
Absolutely buzzing at the moment, Thomas. Really, really buzzing. As I say, it didn't matter about it didn't matter about the performance. It only mattered about the result, and that's exactly what we've got. We've got massive games coming up. The next 3 games: Ipswich away, Pompey at home, and I think Milton Keynes Dons away. And MK Dons are doing really well in this league. So that's 3 huge games to come up after the Papa John's World Championship, and that we will have a much better idea of where Oxford's promotion push starts, or is after those 3 games. But as it is, as we've done all season, when we've played the sides down the bottom, we've beaten the sides down the bottom, and from the start we've had, we are now right in the mix for promotion. And I don't think you can even rule us out for automatic promotion at this stage, because we're playing so well and there's so many games to go.
I mean, it's fantastic football. And Lincoln currently losing to Accrington Stanley as we record this. So, you could be even close to the top of the table at the end. So I'm excited, Ian. That was a great live stream. It's been really nice having you on here. Thank you to everyone who watches this. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Please keep up the support. We really love it. Let us know your thoughts down below. It was a great game. Any of you who watched it with us, who are now watching this, tell us what you thought of the stream. We really appreciate the feedback. And we will be back with League One predictions on Thursday.
We will, but I need to finally do a shout to say we need you. We need you for our preview video starting next Friday. So we will be obviously doing a preview video for the game against Ipswich. Please get your 10 to 20 seconds videos into us. We need them in ideally by Thursday lunchtime, Thursday 5 p.m. The details are on the screen. They're down in the description. But let's get as many of you Oxford fans getting your predictions in.
Can I also say it's best if you email the video? If you don't email the video, we will do our best to get it on there. But certain mediums are slightly harder to get good quality videos off.
Facebook Messenger works quite well as well.
Yeah, but it is ideal if you email it. That being said, Thursday, League One predictions. Friday, the Oxford United preview show. Saturday, we live stream. And then Saturday evening, we release another one of these. Thank you all for being here with us. Thank you for joining in the live streams. And we will catch you on Wednesday for Premier League predictions.